welcome to Flipped Maths with Mrs. Hoog. Our topic today is multiples, and we are learning to continue number sequences involving multiples of 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now, make sure that you rewind the video at any point to make sure that you're understanding it all as you go. Alright, so first off, let's have a look at some key words and some definitions. We have number sequence, and number sequence is the order of numbers from smallest to largest in this topic. And number sequences go up by the number you are counting by. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8, and this just means it keeps on going. And this one here is going up in twos. And then we're looking at the definition for we're looking at multiples now. And multiples, to find the multiples of a number, you skip count in that number for as long as you need to, and this is continuing the number sequence. An example would be the multiples of 3, and I've got over here some steps to help you remember how to find multiples or how to work them out. So this example, what are the first 5 multiples of 3? First of all, you start with the number 3 and you skip count in 3s until however many you need to go. So here we start off with 3 and we skip count, so we just add 3 each time to the previous number. 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12, and 12 plus 3 is 15. Alright, so now that we've looked at a few of the keywords, please make sure you copy these important words and some definitions into box 1 on your homework sheet. So pause the video now. Alright, so now we're going to move on to some other example questions. This one here is, what are the first 4 multiples of 4? So in the same, following the same sort of steps as over here, we just simply start at 4. That's where we need to start at. And we're looking for the first 4 multiples. Now, some people actually like to draw it in a table, so I'm just going to do that now. This is one way of working out maths problems. So here we can have the first, second, third, and fourth, because we want first 4 multiples of 4. We simply draw this table up really quickly. There we go. And then we move on from there. So we start off with 4, and then we just add 4 each time to the previous number. So 4 plus 4, 8. I'm just going to quickly double check my notes. There we go. Of where I'm going to be heading. So yes, and then we have 8 plus 4 is 12, and then 12 plus 4, just leaving a moment for you to think about that one. Good. 16. So the first 4 multiples of 4 are the ones just here. Alright, so now we're moving on to the next question. How many lollies would you need in order to give 6 people 3 lollies each? So for this question here, we're basically just counting in 3s 6 times. So we can do the same thing as we did with the other one. You can even just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're just going to count in 3s for that many times. So we start off with 3, obviously, and then we add 3, which is 6. So this is the pattern over here with the first multiples, and then 9, 12, 15, and we're just adding 3 each time here. And then have a think about what the next one might be quickly before I write it down. 15 plus 3, 18. Alright, so those that there just gives you the answer. You would need 18 lollies in order to give 6 people 3 lollies each. So just a little world example for you there. And now we're going to have a practice at our own questions, or you're going to have a practice yourself in your homework sheet. First question is, what are the first 4 multiples of 6? And then what are the first 4 multiples of 7? What are the first 4 multiples of 8? And what are the first 4 multiples of 9? Here for an extension, just write this under here, I wonder if you can go further than just the first 4 multiples. I wonder if you can perhaps even bring it up to the first 8 multiples. And remember, with multiples, it needs to start at the starting number. So I'm just going to remind you over here with the first 5 multiples of 3, we start at 3. That is the first number we start at for multiples of 3. And then here we've got question 2. How many lollies would you need in total in order to give 5 people 4 lollies each? That one there is very similar to this question here. So if you're not sure on how to do this question, just rewind the video back a little bit and watch that other example to help you out with this one here. So make sure you pause the video and have a go on your maths homework sheet. Alright, so we'll go through the answers tomorrow in class. And finally, coming to the end of our video, please make sure you record at least one real-world example of this topic in box 3. So that's just an example in the real world that you would use the multiples. So that's kind of like the question I had before about the lollies. And then also make sure that you record any comments that you have about the topic, whether it be something you learned new, something that you discovered, and then also some questions that you still have after this video. Just record those in box 4, please. And I really hope this video has helped you to understand this maths topic, and thank you so much for listening to and watching this video about multiples.